internal storage.
It can't record anything.
Well, it's run out of space. Don't we all run out of space? That's what it is. The junk expands to fill the space available.
It does. Oh, I think I have another splinter.
Oh no, I didn't do it. Well, you were lobbing chunks of wood around yesterday and all that malarkey. Yes. So. Well, I think we're sort of coming alive. We are.
Looks like it. I've got us.
We have action. Action with you.
Ta-da!
Yes, the world's most clean start to a program ever that you will see anywhere. It sort of like falls into existence, rather than some fancy introduction. Maybe we should do fancy introductions. I favour pyro.
It's not quite 11 yet. We can't introduce ourselves.
What do you think? Do you think some pyro would be good? I like pyrotechnics.
Good morning, Gilda. Cool. Good morning, Wendy.
Oh, look.
Good morning, Nessa.
Mind your own screen, eh?
Good morning, Anita.
We should swap. Sometime. Missed
you
you
do Facebook?
Been crazy busy. Hey, Erin, I hear you.
Oh, it's been a fun week.
I hear you, yeah.
We're on staycation.
Oh, you are lying like a cheap watch.
Well, the only thing, we had to take something off of our plate, so we haven't had scheduled hours at the shop for the last 2 weeks.
And how many times have we been in the shop in the last 2 weeks?
Oh, I don't know, quite a few. But it's
Almost
different.
every bloody day.
It's different than like knowing you have appointments and things like that. So that we can try to get some of the stuff done that's been on our plate for quite some time. But
we kind of need to.
But so far, I think, hi Linda, I think we're going to need like a couple of months, not a couple of weeks.
I don't know. You know, things just conspire sometimes, don't they? I mean, You've got these plans. You think, okay, we're going to do this, and this, and this. And of course, the weather changes it all. So you can't do that.
Or something changes it all, yeah.
Or somebody can't make this, and we have to move that date to that date, and blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
But it's all good.
Good morning.
Adapt, improvise, overcome.
Yes.
That's what they say. And so we shall.
That's the best way.
Just, that's all you can do.
No giving in, no turning back, no giving up. You got to figure a way around, through, over, under. Got to get past it.
That's it. Yes.
Anywho.
Yes. Sitting down and crying about it isn't going to fix it, is it?
Although I really do feel like crying.
I know you hurt. I'm sorry.
I overdid it yesterday.
A little bit.
Physically, and I am so owie today. My muscles just...
Right.
In fact, I broke the loppers.
Yes, exceeded the design capability of the tool. That's scary. We shouldn't be doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, we'll be protesting to the manufacturers of the loppers, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm old now. You lose muscle.
I can say... It's the one time when we were working at Old Hall. I don't know, you guys know Blackthorn. It's got the tensile strength of iron. It is absolutely ridiculously strong. And this one, it was like lopping through it. Our neighbour Jack was, I think I'm going home now. It's like
that muscle is gone.
It's too scary.
That muscle's gone. I used to have a big... Well, no, I don't know.
Still got a bit of muscle there.
Quite a bit of muscle there. Anyway.
Still got a bit of muscle.
Today is Which Way Wednesday.
Which way Wednesday?
So we thought we'd talk about how to choose the divination tool that's right for you.
Yes. Oh, by the way, you're watching Elevensies with Lisa and Anton, and Skittle, who seems to want to variously
I'm going to put my coffee over here so that the two... things that we don't want her tail in are in the same spot. It's easier to watch.
That's good. It's always block the candle from view. People can see your coffee instead.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, you did. Well, it hasn't appeared yet. There's a 30-second. Let's see.
All right. All right, I moved it. There. I don't want her tail in my coffee, and I don't want her tail in the candle.
I don't want her on the table, but, such is life.
She knows that we can't do anything about it while we're doing Elevensies, so that's why she's come up here.
She doesn't care.
She's a turd.
She does not care.
Anyway,
Which Way Wednesday?
Amber says, my dad's dog ran off. He's old and sick.
I'm so sorry.
Sometimes they go away to have privacy to pass away, so I'm sorry if that happens. But they do that. Anyway, how do you figure out what divination tool is right for you?
How do you? Which tool suits which witch?
Right. When you look on Google, we've said before you could find a couple hundred Nancy's.
Probably more.
Right?
I don't know. Yeah, loads.
So
Maybe not.
Very popular right now is tarot.
Oh, dear. Mm.
And I think holding a close second to that for people who aren't really occultists are oracle decks.
Well, yeah, oracle decks are approachable without any particular training. You can just buy one, open the box, and get on with it, you know, basically. Yeah.
And you can read what it says and apply that. There's tea leaf reading, there's I Ching, there's Ogham.
I Ching?
There's stone, crystal reading, scrying, palmistry. How on earth do you figure out what's right for you?
Well, I think one of the great good guides is what speaks to you, What speaks to you? What do you like doing, What do you think?
Well, I think that sometimes people are too hung up on, you have to be of that culture in order to do that particular thing. Like if you are not Romani, you shouldn't be doing palmistry.
All right, so if I'm not born in France, I can't learn the French language.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Or if you're not, of a culture, you shouldn't be dealing with their tools. So, because we are of a Celtic descent, we should be using Ogham, but we shouldn't necessarily be doing I Ching.
Why not?
But I think that...
it's a skill.
But I think that this divination is connecting to spirit. And we should understand that in spirit, all is one. So what we need to do is figure out the tool we're going to use that becomes our language to speak to spirit. So this is one of the things that I'm going to talk about a little bit in this upcoming Witchy Wonders pack, because they're going to get a casting cloth and 24 little charms. Right?
Make a charm bracelet.
So, no, we're talking about divination.
I'm being a jerk.
Okay.
I'm good at that.
Maybe you can take over the conversation.
No, because your nose is going nuts. I know that.
Yeah, okay.
So while you sort your nose out, Erin's saying, yeah, appropriation of divination. Oh, no, that can't be a real thing. I don't know. Some people get so wound up about cultural appropriation. I think a lot of people misunderstand what it is. I mean, if I said, okay, to celebrate another people's culture or another culture's stuff, to learn about it, to do it, to even, practice it, is not cultural appropriation. It is if you say, this is mine, and we're the real reason we're doing this, and, I've taken it over, and, this is actually part of our belief structure and all this sort of stuff, whatever, That's...
No, my point is that it's the language of spirit, and in spirit all are one.
Absolutely.
So how spirit came to talk to different cultures, shamanic practice, healing practice, divination, all of these things were very closely linked in the beginning.
Absolutely.
You did divination for survival or to find food or all these kind of things. And now, divination is more of a counsel, which is fine. But I think the idea that I was trying to convey is figure out what speaks to you.
Yes.
Are you a medium? Do you speak to spirit without any tool at all, other than just spirit? Or is it that the tarot images really speak to you? Or like these charms I was talking about, people are going to have to look at them and decide, oh, look, here's the ship's wheel or the Eiffel Tower, which could both talk about travel. Right? And they could both talk about travel overseas, because we don't live in France by the Eiffel Tower. So I'm just going to give a basic overview, because not everybody has all the same charms.
Oh.
But, if you had a heart, obviously that's love. Hi, Karen. If you had, a money bag or a money symbol, that's prosperity. So you're going to cast these out and do a reading and see if that speaks to you.
How cool is that?
But I think that any tool that you learn, whether it's astrology and how to read a natal chart or how to do predictions, whatever divination you're working on, the markings on the palm, it's a language.
It is.
And you can't... I don't want people to get upset with me, but if you went to France...
Yes. I have been there.
You could speak English... And some people would speak to you because they could speak English.
2 cups of tea, please. Yes, it doesn't always work.
But if you went to a village in France where they only spoke French, you would either need to learn the language
or gesticulate or
or
something,
just point to things. So when people take out like a tarot deck and say, I'm reading the tarot by just looking at the picture. Yes, you could point to the French fries on the menu and get French fries, but you wouldn't be calling them by their name in that language. But if you could learn the language, you could order without a menu. So the point that I'm trying to make is every tool is available to every person.
It is.
Put in the work.
You've got to. I mean, there are certain things which are easy, as Lisa was saying, easier to pick up without too much work. If you're just looking to like dip your foot in the water and get on with it, and really sort of start to bring yourself into that kind of mindset, then an oracle deck is a pretty good thing to get hold
Absolutely.
of, because it's putting you in a place where you're receptive to messages. And there's like with the tarot, there's nothing on the cards that they're by accident. Certainly with oracle cards, I think you'll find that certain things may jump out to you on the card, even though that the designer of the deck, the author of the deck, hasn't necessarily mentioned it in the guide. There may be something that speaks to you on
Triggers
that
your
card.
subconscious.
And this is triggering your innate ability to divine, And we all have this. We all have this. We just got to work on it. And it's like anything. It's like learning to play the piano, If you haven't touched a piano in your life before, it's going to be, you always say it's bewildering, Well,
Right, this is the other half of what I was going to talk about.
Well, go on, tell them about the middle C bit.
No, practicing.
Practicing.
That's the important part, right? We've said this before. If the piano teacher came and said, your homework this week is to press middle C, and you think, my God, I don't know where middle C is, but I've got a clue, it's called middle. And then you learn middle C looks like a B. Well, you're learning the language of the piano, right? So you press middle C every day. By the third or fourth day, you can hear it before you press it. You're learning to speak that language. So, whatever it is, like let's say it's this charm kit that people are getting.
Yes.
Fine. So every day, pick one out. What could it mean? Right? Okay, today I got a little turtle. What are all of the things about turtle? Right? Turtle is connected to Mother Earth. Turtle's connected to the moon. There's 13 bits of the shell on one side and 28 bits of the shell on the other. Okay, so that's a 28-day cycle of the moon, 13 lunations in a year. Think about all of the other things. Turtle carries his home. He travels light. Think about all of the things that have to do with that particular charm and what it could mean in a reading for someone. Right? And the next day, do the same thing. Pick another one out. If you pick turtle again, then you must not have thought of everything and think about it some more, So every day, work with the tool of your choice. And sooner or later, you're going to come along to find something that just has like a memory to you.
Yeah,
right?
You'll start to recognize a pattern or something like that. Something that you will know. And was it the Reverend Mother Margot had this wonderful playbook where she saw certain things.
She made her own code book. And I talk about that when we teach tea leaf reading. You kind of need to make your own code book, right? If you're looking at the tea leaves and you see a particular thing in the pattern, what does that mean to you? There is a definition, obviously, like dog is loyalty through animal medicine. But what does dog mean to you? Right? So you write your own code book. Yes, if she saw a chair upside down, like she was clairvoyant. So she did psychometry. She would hold her hand over your hand or over your driver's license or whatever. And if she saw a chair upside down, she knew the person was moving. If she saw a doorknob, she knew they were getting a new opportunity. So this was her code book that she built in the language that she spoke over time.
Yeah. So these little messages speak to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like anything else, as Lisa's saying, and unless you actually do it, unless you do this regularly, it's going to remain elusive to you. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. It's like that's it. You've just there is no substitute to actually whatever tool. So when it comes to choosing your tool, don't get hung up on, I shouldn't perhaps do this or I shouldn't do that because it's some kind of cultural appropriation. unless you're claiming to go out and be like the world's expert on this and you invented this bloody thing and everybody else has learned from you, that ain't cultural appropriation, okay?
Right, because you're talking the language of spirit. Spirit is universal.
It's no more cultural appropriation than listening to another culture's music, learning their language, learning some of their customs. It's honoring and respecting that culture.
That's the point, though. You don't just pick up the I Ching and go about reading it without understanding it or comparing it to a language you already speak, right? Compare it to the language you already speak to get a more in-depth understanding. Good morning, Melanie. Yes, finally, sunshine.
It's true, though. I mean, you have to, when you're learning a foreign language or another language, a language which is not your first language, you have to interpret it. You have to
be able to think in it.
Well, no, you can't think in that language when you're first learning.
Oh, when you're first learning.
So you interpret it into your own language. Yeah. So this is very similar when you're taking on like the learning a new divination tool. You're gonna use what you know to draw parallels to. Oh dear, got Kitty Ballet going on now.
Charlotte's playing with the mouse.
If there's a big crunch and shatter all over the place, please forgive us. Hopefully she won't destroy the...
Skittle is like the bad, selfish child who now
Ebnician.
Has to have Charlotte's mouse because Charlotte's having such a good time. So
Calm yourself, Skittle.
Not let her go kill
Calm.
Charlotte. She will. She'll go beat Charlotte up, even though Charlotte's 3 times her size.
She's mean. But so when learning a new language, you basically need to consider how it works or compare the construction of it. You'll notice that things work sort of backwards sometimes. Like in Welsh, T-hen. We should say old house in English, but T-hen is old house, but it's household.
Right, so, a lot of languages like that.
It's like the Yoda thing, scare them off, you will, kind of thing.
Well, Yoda always says the most important thing first.
That's maybe scare them off, you will. But yeah.
Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, here. Savannah.
My brain, there's too much going on, too much stimuli. Oh no. You need when learning a language, you need to pick what you understand and compare to what you understand. So in other words, this means this, and this tea house. Yes, I've got it. You don't think in that language straight away. You won't think in that language until you become completely fluent and probably immersed in the culture. And if you're there every day,
but if you spoke it every day, practiced it every day,
you'll start to get into Wenglish or whatever.
Cat fight soon, I think.
Please, no, we don't need this. Never work with children or animals. We should
Hi,
know
Shauna.
this better.
She says, thank you for making these every morning. It is quite an effort, actually.
It is with the cats.
And it's our 98th episode today. That means Friday?
Friday will be our 100th episode. Of we should have a cake or something.
Cake?
Cake
coffee cake.
Coffee cake.
So our point is,
yes. Do we have a point?
Figure out work to figure out what speaks to you, because something will naturally vibe to you and you to it, and it won't be like work, but you should still practice.
Mm-hmm.
And Friday will be our 100th. So just work on it. Even if in the beginning you only do it for yourself.
Yes.
You could do little tricks like in the morning, pull a card if you're working on the tarot and don't look at it.
Good idea.
Pull a card in the morning and don't look at it, because it will
down.
Influence your day. And then at the end of the day, think about some of the things that stuck out or were more predominant. I had this big argument, or I really connected with somebody, or whatever it was. And then look at the card and see how you could relate that to what the card did predict for the day. Mm-hmm. But the key to that is not looking at it in the morning, which is very hard because you just want to sneak in.
What did I get?
Right.
Just go there.
But then that will influence your day rather than be predictive. Or, Steve,
stop.
Did you stop? They're not bothering you.
I don't know.
She's so little Napoleon cat. She's steamed.
Wendy sent us a star. Well, thank you.
Oh.
Stars are great. We love
Stars are great.
We
All
do.
right. Let's have a card for the day.
Oh, I don't know. Do we read the tarot? What do
We read the tarot.
we do? Let's see what we got. So here's the card for the day. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it face down.
Okay.
At the end of the day. Let's go on then. What you got?
I think today is all about understanding the secrets and the mysteries that are right in front of us all the time. You know, there are some people that say, oh, you know, I saw a sign, I saw a sign, I saw a sign. And then the skeptics say, well, there's not a sign in every single thing. And there maybe isn't a sign in every single thing, but there's something to understand in every single thing. So I think today is about understanding.
So you're doing this without looking at the card?
I am.
Okay, and the card is the Devil. And this is interesting because this is probably one of the most misunderstood cards in the entire deck. Yes, all too often.
It's a Saturn card. It's all about lessons. Yeah.
It's all about lessons, and it's all about sometimes we're restricted by our thinking. We are restricted by our thinking. So the level of understanding is to sometimes get beyond the constructs of your understanding. To please behave.
No,
please.
Charlotte has a ball now.
Okay,
She's
all right.
emptying the toy box.
But it's really interesting that this guy is most maligned. He has the old
As above, so below magician pose there.
yeah. Well, what is this? The live long and prosper kind of thing, you know, Spock thing. Well, that's because Leonard Nimoy saw this during a very reverent part of the service in the synagogue, where the rabbi actually bestows. Everybody's supposed to have their head bowed and their eyes closed, and he's bestowing
This
a
looks
blessing
very
on that.
womb-like to me.
Well, it is. It's blessing the sanctity of the womb, which gives form to force. Gives form to force. Ha! Lightning flash down the tree of life into Malkuth
All right,
kingdom.
but what's your reading? See, you go off on talking about the tarot.
Tangent.
It's not Tarot Talk Tuesday.
It's not. No,
What's
but
your reading?
it's a replay. I love this card. This card is about. See this? These chains. These chains around their necks. They could take them off and walk away, but they're chained by their thoughts. They are chained. They're limited by their beliefs. So understanding is taking questioning your beliefs sometimes, and looking for that which is perhaps, not everything is it as appears, but nor is it otherwise, as they say. So this is quite you nailed it. You nailed it with the card down.
Well, I'm a psychotic chick.
There you go. But yeah, that's it. So lots of great comments today.
So look to understand the signs and the lessons in everyday life. Oh, there's a fly.
Oh no. It's going to go horribly wrong in a bit, isn't it?
She's emptying the toy box, though. She goes.
She never puts them away.
We have a little crock, and it has all different kinds of catnip things and little furry mice and balls. And Charlotte loves to play fetch, so in an evening she'll come down with the ball and plop it, and you have to throw it as far as you can. But she's got the ball out. She's got a mouse in the food bowl.
Maybe the mouse was hungry. I don't know.
She's got like 5 or 6 toys in the kitchen already.
Yes, and are we going to put them away? I don't think so. We've never... Yes, oops, lost traction there, apparently. Such is life. It's your people who'd sooner watch the cats than us, to be honest.
All right.
I think that's us.
All right, we have a wonderful Wednesday.
We got stuff going on today.
We've got tons of stuff to unbox tonight. But we have some paperwork we absolutely have to do first.
We do.
So we will see you later.
We will. We shall. Even though we're not supposed to be at the store, we will be at the store later, and we will be showing you some fun stuff.
Yes, we got in some.
We've got some good stuff.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, and we've got a load of stuff coming in over this next whatever.
Oh my gosh, we got
so much.
We're going to double our book section this coming couple of weeks.
I don't know. We're going to need to do something. Don't put everything away yet. We're not. Thank you so much for watching us.
Peace.
Totally appreciate it. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends all about us. We want to be less of a well-kept secret.
Blessed be Pam.
All right. Have a beautiful